Hi there, this is Class A Carrie. Today I'm going to be taking out the entryway cabinet closet and the dinette set. Stay tuned. First thing I've done is I stowed the leg of the folding table and I rigged it so it stays up for now so that I can start dismantling both sides of the dinette. All the cushions of the dinette have been moved out of the way, and I am removing the bed springs that went in each side of the seats of the dinette. I've removed one of the big drawers that go underneath one of the dinette seats. Really big and lots of storage. It's always fun to examine way down below where one doesn't get to look. And of course, we have evidence of activity from mice. Looks like more chewed up food. It's a pencil. And right in front there's a crayon. So this RV has seen little ones. It's been a while. We'll check out the other side. I've removed the drawer out of the right-hand side of the dinette. And it's pretty much the same. All the seat belts are kind of piled on the one side here. There's some mice droppings, just a little bit here and there. Show that they've been in here. This one's been a little bit damaged, the framework there. So now I'll work on removing all this framework. I disconnected 3 screws here and a midway down from the left-hand dinette set. That comes off, and there are 3 more screws to disconnect. Disconnecting those 3 screws, this side end piece was still hanging up right about here. It's because there was a screw there, but it was difficult to get to because you would have to pry this open, and so I just pulled really hard and it came right off. You can see in the back where the screw was right there. Alright, so with that off, it's coming apart more and more. I also took off the bottom paneling that stretches all along there, similar to that. So that's also gone. Looking down at the 2 slats here running along the bottom, it appears to be 3 screws holding each. So I will disconnect them now. The backrest trim padding here on the top easily comes off when you disconnect 1, 2, and there's the hole for that last screw over there. And then on this end it's stapled down. Comes right off the backrest. For the paneling backrest, there were about 6 real small screws scattered along the edge. And then there was a couple screws right there in the middle. With those out, the backrest paneling comes right out and reveals the back of the entryway cabinet. It appears for the rest of the left-hand dinette paneling, the frame is all stapled together. We only run into screws when we start going up against the entryway cabinet wall. So to remove the remainder of the left-hand dinette framework, time for the crowbar and hammer. I loosened the screws that are all around the frame. Everywhere here that's left, with the exception of right along the bottom base support there. Those two screws I was unable to get out. And they were starting to strip, of course. So I'm going to attempt just to budge it out and use force. You can tell with all those screws out, it's pretty loose and it'll come. So I just have to use some brute force there. Brute force worked. As you can see, the left-hand side of the kitchen dinette is completely out. The parts are kind of stacked up there. Some of them will be tossed. Not sure if it's worth trying to put the intact pieces on Craigslist or not. They are older and used. I'll think that one over. So all that's left for this particular project is to remove the framework for the entryway cabinet, and then also we'll be disconnecting a little bit of electrical located here on the side. When I took out the frame, you can see it tore into the wall and exposed, oh, I'm quite surprised, more water damaged walls. So I'll be cleaning that up as well after I clear out the rest of the area here. Next, after I remove the cabinet, I'll remove the other dinette framework. I loosened the screws that were on the battery connection for the step stairs, and then the lights, and then now I will disconnect the wires from the terminals on both. To disconnect the terminals on the back of the switches, it's really easy. These particular ones, you just pull off, like so. There's the terminals they came off of. All right, now the wires are free. I can get them out of the framework, and then I can finish tearing down this outer wall. Before I tear down the wall, I also have this entryway light here. This pulled right off of the light, and now the light can push on through and free up the wiring. Now we're ready to tear down. The entryway cabinet is gone. Look at all the room it has freed up. Now I'll take out the right-hand side of the dinette, and then I'll remove the table after that. The dinette and table are all removed now. And look at all the space that it opened up. Thanks for watching.